Sanso ena chairman won to me a 20-year J term no penifobia kasa womo HS womo madia na mfimpi no ne aduone wo MPP mrabai mu na de friend is a presidential pardon womo to me febi emma chairman won to me
no sensem ya so na ekopie mu wasamran boy bebia na otu no fo maguzi ntimemfo ho no oyaza nsama odutu gwa wa chede o wo mu de na or sense as no so mo waye no oyaza wenwa nje ho
SMP no akadia boboso yi ehon ye jebrese pesmaka for ya kenkane de amma wo shene so se Cars Estate Ghana Limited and Sasekroje ya ne border for mu pasase amanso twi bia ne ho ye nkoto mani pedu na o meye o yi e wuntie masemi bi emfa e ma media wadama na wo de wani atremu e wo Cars Estate Ghana Limited wo mo ene ebo ye chidom mawie ye de abare kase no atumi asomo pesmaka for ya ye de hye mampo hene na bo mu papa bi e ye memoto fa bohema abena foku yabo amene
Jumai Dausa
ensem ni ntremuni
Matters FM 102.7
Ya zubo to faso akọ chema wontumi na wonsansemi ande dobotogo imatime for my Ghana ye na ya moto wosande mampenfo waza ama no oyaza ena ne muyazini ya ankasa we na mdo mankofo bebre na ahre hona adwenza afọ ho na we ino onyonyamfo Keti Hammond oyembrehye bedwen kan mbrehye bedwindima asokwa ezan sambi atugo chede mpemprenze aza waye no anada mbra waza edi chema wontumi no oyaza ontweye kra sande ne muyazini 20 good years no oyaza nanu yezini ye ankasa ntin campaign for bohwa wonya bibi wan fanfan won na asem ni na so akoye today amanyosem ena wazi di chema wuntumi na mpemprenze embremu no wase chema wuntumi odo otumtua 120,000 anya da ma obasan so wetwa 3 more years is aka ne term no ho na chede oyaza no mu ayezini ye papa Keti Hammond sambi atoko chede mpemprenze azam penfo aye no ontwe ye kura osende wunt akonta mine no oyaza mbra waze fe no onya mbra kwando for maguzi ntutu na wo tutu ne chede nkrata sama won biara nyiwa oye no kwanti we na court ne hwado mpemprenze chema wontumi wenya 20 good years in jail chede orekodem na wa asoma aban another wa ye adwuma za abo oman Ghana na face 120,000 no so the nitrido wentu ya 3 good years no so oyaza mpenfo bohwe na wazaka no we na Keti Hammond samatu go chede ma woye no oyaza ontwe ye kra.
I do recall that the act or the law which has led to this incarceration was enacted at a time when I was a member of parliament. So I do know that on offense, on a conviction on the basis that he was charged, the minimum level sentence would be 15 years, and I think the maximum is about 25 years. So he could have gone in for the minimum of 15 or the maximum. So I think the judge struck was not really average. It started at discretion and decided that she would sentence him to 20-year imprisonment. But those are the legal aspects of it. As I've said, on the 15th of June,
Enza ye kwekwatie ye ora Keti Hammond kanem breshe bedwenyize ma adanse asokwa eno nsam bitugwa honestly no so inu safuse no so ye former minister for lands and natural resources na so nsam bitugwa chede mampenfo wa ye oyaza onye ne hu kra kitikiti mpo se na sembre no so kodo onyubezi so ma be wadwe na ebia webuenwe gudo na so oyaza obetietem kakran na se wo show ma oyaza mbre no onyubezi osende illegal mining no oyaza or say hene sase na yenzama bebrenti pemprenche ma wuntumi ni 20 good years no oyaza ono onye ne hu kra no so nsam bia ozetu ugoni.
If you are committing a crime, you have not been caught by the long arm of the law, that doesn't mean that you have been excused or you have been given a license to act with impunity. It's just that the long arm of the law has not caught up with you yet, and the long arm of the law doesn't catch people at the same time, but it will definitely still catch them. Now, the judgment of Wuntumi, the judgment in this Samurawa case did not come to me as a surprise at all. You remember in 2019, 2020, when there was this uproar against the prevalence of galamsey and the fact that our water bodies were being polluted with impunity, the fact that the forest cover was being dissipated, the fact that people living in the mining areas were being exposed to hazardous chemicals. Women were bringing forth deformed babies. The government of Nana Akufo-Addo did not sit unconcerned. The Attorney General then, Gloria of Kofi, came to Parliament with an amendment to the Minerals and Mining Act, and so that we could make offenses under the Minerals and Mining Act, particularly offenses if you are committing a crime, you have not been caught by the long arm of the law.
Ora inu safuseni no yakane Minister for Lands and Natural Resources no so dena sambia to go Richard and Prince on who be anye ne ho sende embrane so mu do nyu beza odo tumo nyinizi o sende wa senyenza mabebre nyene jepazi bebre nti ono ze oyaza onye ne ho kra.
Se ye kan area way ase eye na sasetam afemo ebibremu ha asem ena mede eken na ebibremu ha sei no ye we mu enchichemu na ye atoye afem ena ye wo ehu ku a ye frɛ won se Economic Community of West African States ni tie atwemu eye ECOWAS na wo mu nhyiamudie ya wo mu di dada ewo afibia emu na feni mpa mu de etumi akoso de etoso eye aduosia enkono na eno ase na amampanimfo ahodo ene mpanimfo ekebie wom ebetwa hyiaye se wonum ntoato adwene ede aboa yen ewo aman ahodo so ewo ebibrem atoye enso afem na Ghana mampani gonja de hya wote jata ngoma so de pressure de His Excellency John Dramani Mahama kopie mu wase de nimonyam ekote atire na asem a wo kanyina ne se ye won toto ye be sensi ehu be hia so mu nyina be kaba kire mu edi dwuma edi so na tumi aboa eye yenkan kro na nkwa nkoba ne se bibia mu no eye bibrem ha de ye bola aselasia ne ma nkoye emu bi eye se ye be kon de apɛ yasumdue emu bi eye se ye betumi adi ye ho so ne atumi aboa ma eye empuntunwuma atumi afa ne ntampa de afra ewa ha afen so saba ne bambo mu nsem a so bia so ye na fam de ede so asie ne nyina mu no woka ede aba be sese wo mu nyina nka mom na we nyina entumi enwie pɛye.
In regard to the ECOWAS compact job, which is integration that we are discussing today, I want to say the compact is built on 6 thematic areas, namely peace and security, sustainable economic transformation and regional prosperity, science, technology, innovation and digital transformation, youth, women and future generations, institutional reforms, partnership and implementation mechanisms, ECOWAS geopolitical positioning, and strategic autonomy and democracy. There is no doubt that our eventual adoption and implementation of these 6 pillars under this compact will unleash the potential benefits to our community's citizens. On regional security, peace is fundamental to the development of our sub-region, and without development to remain an illusion. The same can be said about sustainable economic transformation and regional prosperity, which will ensure that the region finds its rightful place among the Committee of Nations. We need therefore to confront the emerging threats of regional insecurity, notably terrorism, violent extremism, through concerted and collaborative efforts. This calls for continuous collaboration between ECOWAS, the AU, and other
na ewo enhyamudie kronwa enso ase ena eye mampani a nidini eye mamadi dumbuya ya wono so edi eye ginifo eso na asem ni nyina efa kwane a yebefa so a yebedi dwa na etumi agina ne na so peneme na chese eye ohaw bia ewo adwadie kwan so no munyina kon abom etumi ama wo munsa aka ne papa ya kwan so wo mo ehwehwe ni ntino eba na adwadie nso so ase ne ebe ya wo munyina adwadie betumi akonkan no bia emfa eye ne de emra meso so ye ne di dwa ewo yentemu na adwa maso adwadie no ye nso so eye wo eye bibrema toye afem no ye de no anyensrepe.
African integration is the only way for development and to avoid wars between us. To create a large African common market for development and peace, because it has made us aware that where there's economic development, there's peace, and that it is only together that we can be strong and respectful to face the great world. We can only be peaceful. Our survival and prosperity, therefore, depend first and foremost on our ability to remain together. Division only suits those who divide, so there is no room for division. Your Excellency, sanctions are not the solution. Our sub-region has quietly chosen sanctions as the first reflex when they should have been the last resort. However, without hypocrisy, experience teaches us, without exception, that sanctions can first and foremost affect children in classrooms, women in the market, men in the fields.
Boy, where dear I have for Madama, Sana or Canny Chromocas and Tinatra say a deba a yet Brunicasem near Poto, a day and Mamontina Namotese, Neno, Aquayemi, Nubisano. Na yet was so a war in Shemukunino, Asie, and a year business mugu, a year Aliko Dango, Teala Tamemo, and our Nosudin and Que Ewo, Upiemo, Ewo, a year Shemudina, Sena Seminada or Can ye, Efa a yen to Toyahodua, a year Bibrima Toya Femon Penny for one etumi de ba, Utimu Sebra Mube. Biano, womo watch mopo any adwene pono, say ya bekoso, a year a memo moon sembe jina ye bambo, a jadi moon sem, any number of brenon so a can one answer was here to adwene we are quamben ye faso, amane to me a year juma, and one say ye can, and I say at the say, was you a moon shame with dear na same tea daso, no see a same tina dasono, and my aunt na sim ye na en concon nimum no, ye nye juma, na into me pa.
Profound honor that I address this 69th ordinary session of the Authority of Heads of State and Government of ECOWAS, both as a special guest and as chairman of the ECOWAS Business Council. Sincerely, thank His Excellency President Julius Maada, the government and people of Sierra Leone for the warm hospitality extended to us and also for hosting this August gathering. The summit comes at a certain moment, given that ECOWAS has completed 50 years of existence. We are therefore not only commemorating the past, we are being called upon to make fundamental choices about the future. The official themes of these meetings, one region, one mission, and one future, captures the aspiration that has guided ECOWAS since the Treaty of Lagos was signed in 1975.
Matters FM 102.7.
Ewasiani ekwakwoti eye Aliko Dango Teala Tamemo eye business mugo nene ena yetie awie no.
Yazo bokwada ko chema wuntumi ne sensemi de kopie mu osama boy bebia na otu ne galamse no man sesi ampo June July nsu yo to yo yaza sama boy fo ho amanzi ye ankasa osande woni krom wonyina yaza nsu no yiri wo ho ankasa na chede galamse no nwibir aba ho na we no nam do man de dayante asampa sesi achema wuntumi orokodam 20 good years na ho na tememfu ne business sambi atogo awo chede 20 good years no oye Chedo osun obru hono do sende nka ode wotum wozi wen wotum penfu na wohwe ne kakra na nso 20 good years nza odo osododo da maso na mim sodan sambi atuga wo cheda ma wo penfu wo ye ne yaza otwe ye ankasa wei ba ma ho a wotu galamse kwambon do no wetum wen wada ho ana wakaka wo ho na wetum weje osende galamse no e yaza orese hene nsase a wo cheda de ya wakwa akoda mimpo yaza nsase a wa sen wo krom ho cheda wa sen wen japazi bia wei no nam do ematimemfo ho mbimre cheda o yaza nanu yazin Mimso watch da oyaza oyenti wen ya adesua ada ho ama ho na wotu galamse kwambo do now cheda wondwin bibibia won da ndedue no wen no nam do machesi a watch da chama wuntum ne da wa dem no anu yazinye yankasa mpemfo wahwe na wan bibi mfanfom timemfo na bi so rekada oyaza oye ankasa osende wa se ho ne sase ho ne su ho ne japazi ni nyina etimemfo ne bi honsam bia wozitu ugwani.
It's a shock. I hear 20 years jail term. And that's a lot for a young man who just turned 50 years. I am not a lawyer and not a legal person. So it's difficult for me to set out any legal arguments. But I will want to think that there is opportunity for an appeal and that appeal will be done expeditiously.
Very bad. Honestly, I'm not anticipating this news.
Obaye no obaye sama boy man yo hwe nipa baakofo ekwan ofaso ma nsuo yiri afasa ma boy kuro nyina na ni nyina ho de ne free se na power wo mo wonti cause ye hwe ma hu se adwuma na mo ye na nya ne mra kwan so Ben so na mama mu na ne panyin so wa ba mi ti o se chema wutu ye se o ye de o ye o se ye de 20 years say afo me chen to aso do ye ne na nkoyi ma ye nti o ye ni pala be se ne ye je ne de to me de wa haye na so law na taking course nti me ntumi ka se me dana se ye me de bet chema wutu me de se je ana ka sa do bi aso be ye nti o deserve se je because o man ho so wo sama boy ha emu okoye koma nipa ba ko wi chema wuntumi ka sia nipa ba ko wi etutu bo nipa no oh ha bebre
say no ba no ha em papa can say so wo ko kura na say ko no enire ya say okuta itemo ndu so okuta papers na wa say no tuni nyina betu ko ni e na sisi apepo pepa ka ensu yire pem no pepo ni nyina mo dwi ni nyina nti mama ya haya aboy papa boy for the huna maga papa chese nje ni yiri kura na o de hen ko nti yese amam pen for say mo twetwa amana toto so amana no mo twa mo fele yesre o mo mbeka ya mo fele amana no ma
Sama mboyifu ni bi na wazi wansam bi atugo a woche dem pemprenze oyaza chema wuntumi wa se hwane sase na wonza mabebre na mbom no tem na woza atono do no oyaza no muyedruye yankasa ntipefo wonhwe na wonye bibi na nka won fanfa ho osende oye nyina ye ye nua no nti wa bibi no onya wonhwe na wontwe na so kakra mfaman
Yabeko suwe jinemo ewa chairman wuntumi nensemo eno so abeto emontin eso na NPP amanyoko ni mo delegate ahodo bi enso ede nsema tudwa atre nsemtwefo ya wo susu se saa so twi emfie no polepole aduono ya ye dia ma chairman wuntumi ano odene ano ohyepa eye do so ni tekesi ese tie ni ene ya tam dia to na beti so eson se oh young man a wonyini ko ni 50s mu ni ade de o koma ne 20 na che se obekwa bano na de empobiem na esi ento mo besre se eye bibi wa ho e wo se ye ya na ya ne sa ede aboa no.
It's a shock. I hear 20 years jail term. And that's a lot for a young man who just turned 50 years. I am not a lawyer and not a legal person. So it's difficult for me to set out any legal arguments, but I will want to think that there is opportunity for an appeal and that appeal will be done expeditiously.
Very bad. Honestly, I'm not anticipating this news, at least this afternoon. So I'm not all that well. Let me just put it in a short, because I'm actually hit with this sentence that I'm hearing, because I was at the waiting room. I just came up and I was met with this story, so I'm not comfortable at all.
It's highly unfortunate, but I believe that it's still a legal process. The fact that he has been sentenced to 20 years doesn't mean that there is no way that he can come out of that situation. There is an appeal process.
It's a shock.
Aspiring first vice chairman Edema NPP amanyoko yera kwabena insecure ononso so ebeka na asem se sene eniema ekeka edekro ne de odene nsesi nebo na waye de obetumi bia sene ebe ya emfimpino ne aduonu wotwe NPP osono kase amanyoko ba aban mu a wombeko nkoden na omonso abato a womonso omudi nkunimpa ye dia de ye friend necessary presidential pardon no bi na ombe pray de ama chairman wuntumi.
No, this is rather going to ginger us, because we need to get him out. So we have to come at all costs. So if the delegate give me the mandate as a regional first vice chairman again, I'm going to make sure I work very tirelessly, as I did to Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia, so that when we come to power, we can give him presidential pardon. No, for that one is on course. Yes, every judgment is appealable, so they have to, but they can do their part.
Eni ayekwokotie aye aspiring first vice chairman Edema NPP amanyoko yera kwabena insenchiri.
MTN Ghana so baby abefabia MTN everywhere you go pemprint was in some be ababo to go watch day say Sierra no oyaza what is sikachitwe do 1 billion Ghana cedis US dollars se ba be share hene enyinam kane ho nsensam no me share internet ho sam no mes mo be able to me agent na do sende nkonkro bebre ne baby bebre ho a ekwa abon de hone internet ho nsam no oyaza ho ye ankasa so say Sierra hwa suku mu efiefie na nzama bebre baby wo ho a internet ya na wozizi hone dwumanti say Sierra no oyaza waye nhihye 2030 won nhihye ya waye no oyaza wozi internet ho nsam no wozi boko baby bia nkrokro fiefie mes mo be ya wo be internet zezi hone dwuma so say Sierra ye hunde ifie na baby kuma bi wo ho a internet nsam no akodo na wozi ye dwuma enti say Sierra nhihye ya boto a wo hye de 2030 won nhihye ni nyinara no oyaza ni nyinara kan wa wo hye emma internet ho nsam no akodo wo baby a mes mo be ya dwumaza ye zibiar no ye hu botum ahenha ye ne yetum ya ye ne ntentem
di wo ha na normally omuka fiber cut ya na ye ka backhaul no de e feedi wire na e ba wo fie no enti de edi kan ne se ye ta hu se senkrofo AC adan ana se omu ye road constructions a omu timi twitwa fiber nim enti sisi a ye marke part a ye fiber no eninam ne assign road contractors ne association ne stakeholders no and so discussing nti omu koye adwuma omu behu ba bia fiber no no ma mfa omu nsa anka no kra wom ne se galamsey kra ha fiber no enti ye sign aban so edi dwuma se you be consider your infrastructure as critical national security infrastructure because internet net koda kore wo krom hase ana ye mayimu a ye said your ha bebre ebeba nti any security agencies ne sa obia owo sa mandate no se be ya ye be boss critical infrastructure ne ho ban
Chief of Home Officer Dr. Richard Echampon and also Sambi Atuga BM so or Sanso the Sambi to go Richard yen share COVID-19 by no yaza na fia na ye wo ye di ani dwuma ante sesiara no ohun de na yaza internet ho sam no hia nkasa wo sende na ye nyina ye hihye fie ye dwuma wo fie ankwa dwuma po da tum wo fie wo sende COVID na aba no na no yazini ye nkasa ni na ohun de internet ya na ezi ye dwuma ante sesiara no yaza wo be hyem kida mes mo be ya internet ni akodara ye ezi ijuma
enya internet a eboa ma dwumedi ekoso wo fie no ekoso yie obi betimi abisa se na se internet e wo me phone so no eye no kre internet na e wo phone so no eye but enyoma bebre ekoso wo fie mu se bia wo security cameras e wo fie ana se wo TV e bia wo de hwe Netflix any African movies ni be YouTube ni na sefo ana se wo mba isu ade wo fie ana se so ye adwuma ye ni empo a wo ye adwuma Teams ni applications ahodo a ye de ye ndwuma wo ye fie no sa applications no ehia internet a memfa ne se e wa hoɔden pa enunti na ye roll out ye dear friend of fiber because fiber no ya homa
Kweti officers my MTN Ghana Richard Echampon no zana sambizi chato
Yamfa yani entremu ewo Kukuo Riches Camp ya eno ewo na Numba South District. Wonom ena eye ema se bimpredua se de be ya to wo so ne mebi ho no mo nyini bebre no a ya wo mo ye mrewa ene sa ya de wo mo so akokora wo mo ewo eye sa bia ye ho no no. Na ne wo mo de wo mo nsa gu mo ti esan se acha bi na ban won hihye ya wo friend se eye livelihood empowerment against poverty ni ti atwam eye lip. Na eno no ya dia eya na sika kakra free honom ba so ma sem mo nsetumi ko ma no modidie mu ene ne ma ba ko mienu bi o betumi di sika enso atumi aye emre kakra ni ye se wo mo ye assessment nkontabuo ne mpapamu ni ade no aya masa eya lipi ye free honom a enya ma ye biem ti ene emre santi ni sa sika nketenkete na etumi ba no wo mo nsentumi nkanti afi de wo mo se eye asoye ehwe ma ne nkwada ye yo ene ye mbambo enso ne assessment mu nsem so no mo mfo mo nan si fo mo ho na banye bibi enfa ho
la ba cheli yeli yara brati tlana ndama tnan panya farson de totan zo gar chirasham kablanya zo kamblanya le mata wahala ya je minni kabur ko bonyen da azan tamna da mane ba sanan takani
kan da mu mara su ta kaman shi yau balshi That's one of them that Nigeria. This is a guy, you number one bag. I had no show about it when I learned it. If I could have learned it, you never went on 2 times.
Na onimonyamfo Isa Abdul Aziz wono ena assembly member ewo ehonam kuku electoral area wono so to stray say registration into min koso na siketua no ensanso enhyasie bi
assessment. They've just wiped all of them off out of the system. That's what's cool. So I want to appeal to gender ministry to come to our aid. They should organize a special lip registration for at least only the witch camps in Ghana. Let me just put it that way. Or even when they come to the numbers app, they should target only people for this special lip registration. They should come to our aid, come and help our mothers for them to benefit, because it will a lot to them. When they receive this small talking or this small money, the way they were happy and the way they were making good use of it. But right now, all of them, they don't know what to do about assessment. They've just wiped all of them off.
No, Hajia Lamnatu Adam and so ede nanudisem etu dwana efa or not so stress mampeni and faneho enyumubi.
Add our voice, to the president to continuously ask that when the bill comes to his attention, he should sign it. As you have heard from the women said one thing. They said they do not wish for other women what has befallen them to befall them. And there's only one way we can stop that, through policy. And we are hoping that Parliament will pass the bill to add our voice, to the president to continue.
Executive Director Oda Sontaba Ano or Tresse Mampeni, Bill Nibeton and anti-witchcraft bill no on sign Emfa MIA.
Yes, Oboko Ace Commission for Wanakachi and Pemprains and some was out to go watch the new HIV infections no Asanso Amanumudi Ankasa watcher and Kampumpuni Manto Mohano or Yaza or Kunenim Ye Ankasa North East region so Yaza one was no from Nankran Hano or Yaza or Rukodu busy I watch the Washamuno Maframa Pamana War one for 14 years no way in Ayaza or war in war when he be enough and paying for so better 14 to go to 17 and number years on HIV no the origin when Yankasa sure them HIV no se bia se ye kan de bia ya adwen kwan de dwumazi bia yeza ontwe ye no de damba nanso ye kire wo de nyipa bebre na mbim ka de ekwasalum na se nyipa yo hwene we nya bia odo otu mama obi ena mgbochifu na wo bubu mbore no so wo twa na che de oni na ya za benya bi nya bia se bio enyu obe ekwekwehiem gote na dame yareba ne nya bi na mbom no kwan ya yafado ye nanto nya na zizim na yenzama bia ye no so obi na so wo ho adwenmbo na otu mama obi nti yen hwe nya na zizi na zama bia ye ni ye osan na ye ni na anye obi ekwekwehiem na yareba ne batu menye bi na wo hwede enkran haze oyaza orokodu ye ankasa nti yen hwe na yen tutunya na mo ye mes mo ba ya yareba no so ontum bi nkofa wo fichi na we na nam do ema Dr. Kamasel Akangbo ezen sami tu go rechede pemprenze oyaza HIV no orokodu ye ankasa nsam bia ozi tu gwani.
The general people living with HIV/AIDS, that population is contributed by new infections.
Yeni na rabebe sina ye ke ode kase boy so djuma kwa waso ye na se ye Cas Estate Ghana Limited. Se pensa papa ne boda for mansu wentwu biara nyu anan Cas Estate. Ami amze kase boy